Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss one new topic, that is XML. So the different topics that we are going to cover today are the basic introduction about the XML. Then we will study about XML with the HTML. So under here we will discuss some of the differences between XML and HTML and similarities also. Then we will discuss about working model of XML. Then about the syntax, how to use the XML, how to write the code for XML file. About its declaration we will discuss. Then about different tags and elements that can be used. Then about the text and references. And in the last we will discuss about XML document, its parsing, and in the last we will have discussion on XML validation. So let's move to our first slide. What exactly is XML? First of all, we must understand the exact full form of XML. XML basically stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is called extensible because we can manipulate or modify the code according to our requirement. So this is the major benefit of XML, that not the predefined one, we can create our own self-descriptive tags according to the requirement of the client. So now it is derived from SGML. So SGML stands for Standard Generalized Markup Language. It is developed by the W3C. So what is the use of XML? Basically, once we have created the XML document, it is used to store the data. Then further, the exchange of the data can be done between the different applications as per requirement. So next, how the parsing and the validation of XML is done, we will study about those things. So here XML documents can be easily parsed. Next, XML is a case sensitive language. It means that if we are starting the beginning of the start tag is with the uppercase, then obviously the closing tag must also be in the same case. So it is case sensitive language. But as we have read in HTML, HTML is not at all case sensitive language. So this is the difference between both HTML and XML. So let's move to our next slide. That is about difference between XML and HTML. As we have discussed, XML is customized application. According to the requirement, user-defined tags can be created over here. But in case of HTML, there are some of the pre-specified language or tags that need to be used. We cannot create our own tags over there. So in XML, there is basic use that we can store and exchange the information between two or more applications, which is not possible in case of HTML. HTML is basically used to create the web page of the website. It is just used to display the data, not to transfer the data from one page to another, or like exchange of the data between the two applications is not possible in case of HTML. Then about the third point. Third point is XML is case sensitive language, but in case of HTML, we are not worrying about the case sensitivity. We can use opening tag as lowercase, then the closing tag can be in the lowercase or uppercase. So it really does not matter in case of HTML. But we really need to take care about these things in case of XML language. Then about the next point, we are having one strict structure of HTML document. But in case of XML, we are very lenient to create the structure of the HTML document. We can create multiple tags, nesting of tags in case of HTML. So this is the another difference between the XML and HTML. Then about the last point. XML provide a framework to define markup languages. So it provides a kind of platform where it can transport the data. But in case of HTML, HTML is itself a markup language. So these are some of the important basic differences between XML and HTML. So let's move to our next slide. We have discussed about differences. So now let's discuss some of the similarities between both of the languages. So first is they both are derived from HTML. Then both are structure based language. Then we can say that both they are markup languages. It means that we are having the working of the document in the form of tags, that is opening and closing tags. Then fourth point is that both work similar, like we just need to create the code in the document like Notepad or any other editor. Then we just need to save the document with some extension as per XML or HTML. Then simply we can view the output in the web browser. So these are the similarities. So next is working model of XML. Working model means that what are the different things we need to remember and the procedure we need to learn. We must know about tags and elements, then about declaration, then text, then different attributes that can be used over here, then further about the references also. So this is simple working model of XML. So let's move to next slide. It is about syntax rule. So how to provide the syntax? So here in the first line we need to give the version. Like version I have given 1.0 in the double quotes. Then about encoding is equal to, in the double quotes I have given UTF-8. It is actually 8-bit Unicode. Transformation format. It is a variable width character encoding. It is provided by Unicode standard. So it provides us the collection of the characters that can be used. So here in this line we can say that it is not mandatory. The XML declaration is always optional to provide. But it is good to give the XML declaration in the first line of the document. So let's move to next slide. It is a simple example that if we want to create one tag for the employee, like to store the data of the employee, then we need to create one opening tag as employee, then closing tag also. Inside this proper first tag and the last tag, we can provide the different content related to the employee, like name, then about the salary, then address, employee ID, or different informations we can provide over here. So let's view the example. So we know that as we have discussed, XML tags are case sensitive. Then it works on the LIFO principle. LIFO means that the last closed tag that will be closed first, started tag will be closed first, then the outer tag will be closed. So here is the example given over here with different like attributes like name, age and department. We can have further multiple options or like data over here according to the requirement. So employee is the root element under which we are having multiple collection of data. So next, what are the syntax rules? First of all, as we have like discussed, it is case sensitive. Then there are some of the like not predefined words, so we cannot use the reserved words. Otherwise, we can create the user defined XML elements without using the reserved words. Some characters like less than, greater than, ampersand, single quote are not allowed in the text over here. Like if we want to use the less than, then we have some separate code for this. Then if we want to have the greater than sign, there is separate code for that also. Similarly, other special characters also. Then another thing is that I have taken one simple example in this slide at the last, that we cannot give the white space. So for fulfilling that purpose, we need to use the dot instead of white space. So here is the example. So let's move to our next slide. What are the references? References means that if we want to add some additional text, then we are having two types of references. The first one is entity reference and the second one is character reference. Entity reference, it contains the name between ampersand and the semicolon. Like I have already discussed, if we want to put the greater than sign, then we have a separate code. What is that code? Code is ampersand G T then semicolon. So next is about character reference. If we want to use particular character like D, E, F, then what is the code for that particular alphabet is, like for D I have given example ampersand hash 44 then semicolon. It will simply represent the alphabet D. So in the next slide, I am taking one simple example to just learn how to use a complete code for employee. So we can view over here, I have given ID, name and age of two employees. So this is the simple declaration and creation of XML document. Next is about parser. Actually, parser is like to validate the entire XML document. And another important use of parser is that it provides a interface so that we can work accordingly in the XML document. So it checks the format also, structure or whether it is properly validated, and it converts the XML document into the readable code. That is, it means that we can work accordingly in the coordinated manner also with the XML document. So here is the XML parser. So next is our XML validation. So what is validation? Validation, as we know that it checks the format of the XML document. So we need to check the exact format whether it has followed or not. So the major thing is that we need to check the case sensitivity. Next is tags formation, whether we are having the ending tag for every opened tag in the document. So next is that we must have one root element, that is very mandatory. Then again the attribute values must be in the double quotation mark. So let's move to our next slide, some of the MCQs related to the same topic. So the first question is, from which language XML is derived? So what is the correct answer? The option number 2, SGML is the correct answer, as we have already discussed that it is derived from SGML. HTML and DHTML and C language, the other options are totally wrong because these are the different languages. So XML is not derived from the another language. So let's move to our second question. XML validator checks dash. So what is the correct answer? So the exact appropriate answer for this question is option number 3, whether the root element is defined or not. As we have already discussed that root element is very mandatory. Like the example we had taken in which employee was the root element and further the information related to the employee was inside the opening and the closing tag of employee. So this was all about the introductory part of XML and some other important topics. Thank you so much.